Alright, everybody. It's a very important day. Today is draft day, and, well, the team continues to stink. There's no way to sugarcoat it. We stink. Every stretch that we go down, we continue to be bad. So, why not add some more players to our team, to our system? Who's the number one pick in the 2025 draft? Ethan Holiday. Sounds about right. I think that might be how it goes. Who goes next? Quentin Young. That's a bummer. I was not sure. I mean, I wasn't positive whether he would fall to me, but I was hoping I could snag him as a potential future third baseman. Who else next? Cam Cannarella. Clemson student. Center fielder. Pretty good. Fast. Jace LaViolette. This was not a guy I looked at. Looks like he might play left field. Probably DH. Caden Bodine gets drafted. He was one that I was really looking at, was really hoping we would get. I'm bummed that he got picked before our pick, which is 11th. Yes. Brady Ebel, third baseman, not too bad. Ethan Petrie, also not a guy I was looking at. Ohiwa Aloy was a guy I was looking at. That's fine. He's pretty good. I mean, pretty much straight 50s and a 50 overall shortstop. Anthony Martinez, not somebody I was looking at. I don't generally go to draft first baseman. And Zach York. Again, I don't go to draft first baseman. All right. I've got a pretty large decision to make. Gotta weigh the pros and cons. But some of my options include Cruz Schoolcraft, the pitcher slash first baseman. He's a high school senior. Cam Caminiti, another two-way player. Looks like he'd probably be a first baseman or an outfielder as well as a pitcher. Marcelo Harsh would just be a pitcher. It also depends on how much I want to spend. Carter Brumbaugh, another two-way player. It looks like there are a lot of them. Billy Carlson, another option, another two-way player. Why is everybody a two-way player? All right, Caleb Danzason. He could be an option, though. 50 off the bat for the 11th overall pick doesn't wow me. Sawyer Deering. Nah. Who do they think I'm going to get? Kason Cunningham. Interesting. I don't think he got drafted. Yeah, he could be something good. This guy didn't get drafted. Not really interested. Ethan Klaus, not interested, don't like the work ethic. Alright, I have to pull the trigger. I'm gonna make a decision. I don't want to get a pitcher. I don't want to get a pitcher. Wade Shelley is interesting as a center fielder. Jaden Stroman, also interesting. He'd be a later pick. Devin Taylor is one that I've seen other people look at. I will not be getting Devin Taylor. Could also get Max Williams. More of a power bat. Left-handed power bat. I think a power bat is something that this team needs very much, as we don't hit for power at all right now. I've highlighted mostly good fielding players. I think I'm going to go with Caleb Danzason. He's under slot. I think we're going to meet his demand. Round 2. We only have one second round pick this time around. Last year we had multiple. People I'm thinking about, I'm not sure. When I think about positions that I want to improve at, outfield is less of a concern to me, just because I have so many near MLB ready players. I have a lot of outfield prospects, so I don't feel like I have to go for outfield guys. Kristen Fouch, fly ball pitcher, not a huge fan of that. He's got great pitches, mediocre stamina. Looks like he's going to give up too many home runs. Not going to go with that. Sorry, Deering, again, too many home runs. Marcelo from Montclair, New Jersey. I don't love 3-pitch mixes. Zion does not have a 3-pitch mix. And he's going to LSU next year. Who does our scout think we should take? Micah Matthews. High intelligence, bad work ethic. I'm not looking for that. I will not be getting Micah Matthews. Alright, I'm going to take off my little filter. Lamar Edwards Jr. gets added. I don't really want guys with low work ethic. I'm going to go back to the top guys. Again, Wade Shelley looks like he's going to be at least a 3rd round pick. Cam Caminiti is going to be a 2nd round pick, but I don't want him. I don't see him. No Cam Caminiti. I think Zion is who we go with. Max Williams really tempts me, but he isn't the best fielder, which will be less of a focus in the future, but right now we are bad, fielding is really important. Alright, Zion Theophilus from Archbishop Moeller in Cincinnati. He's extremely hard, so we're just going to meet him at his demand. For my 3rd round pick, I have quite a few options. I'm not looking to draft guys with control under 50. Ooh, Jack McKernan. You are who I'm drafting. I really could go Blaine Metz. I'm going to go Blaine Metz. And maybe, just maybe... Yeah, he's gone. Reagan Ricken. No, thank you. Wade Shelley's still there. Wade Shelley is my 4th round draft pick. And for the 5th round, I talked about being slightly concerned about Christian Fauch. He does interest me quite a bit. So I do want to get more college players. Reese Chapman looks very good. Not very good, but like he could be something. Again, Max Williams is a college player. Does he have decent... He can play first base. Max Williams is certainly an option I might go with just to have a new left-handed power bat. Doesn't have great eye ability, but he does have that 60 power. Harrison Didawick, no thank you. Liam Doyle, a pitcher from Ole Miss, no thank you. Adonys. Oof. I mean, I feel bad for you, son. I did just make a Kendrick Lamar joke, and I don't regret it at all. Adonis Guzman. I'm sorry, Adonis, that your dad treats you so poorly. I'm sorry that you have a baby sister. Welcome to the Chicago White Sox. Next, the question is whether you want, you meaning me, whether I want to make risky picks. Guys that really do have a higher ceiling, but have a higher chance of not panning out the way that I'd like them to. Alright, I think I'm going to go with Chris Stanfield here. We're drafting Everett Johnson, who is asking for a bonus demand. Instead, I'll go with another outfielder. Chris Stanfield out of Auburn University. It is All-Star Roster Day. The final voting results. It was the leading voter, Wyatt Langford. He's going to be the MVP this year. He undoubtedly, not a single doubt in my mind, he will win the AL MVP this year. As for All-Stars, we don't have any starting pitchers or relievers. I assume our only All-Star is Luis Robert. That makes sense. Luis Robert, by the way, strained oblique, is on the injured list. Up for him playing generally center field is Trent Grisham. He's been not too bad. We signed him. He really hasn't disappointed me. He's a great defender. We might keep him up depending on what goes on. Here are your American League All-Stars. As I said, Wyatt Langford looks to be the best player in the AL. Julio Rodriguez maybe second, or Jacob Melton. In the NL, here are your pitchers. Looks like maybe Aaron Nola. Blake Snell is the starter. Aaron Nola and Blake Snell are probably the two better starting pitchers. Here are your relievers. And then here are your hitters. Brett Beatty is an all-star, as is Dalton Rushing. You see a lot of younger prospects now taking place of, goodness, Jet Williams. Taking the place of current players all-stars, which is very odd and I find interesting. Like James Wood is an all-star, Acuna, Jordan Walker, Ohtani. And instead of, Freddie Freeman and those kind of people, we're seeing guys like Graham Pauley, and like most of these guys on this list are younger, on the young side. So I think it's interesting. As for the rest of our draft, Dan Zayson looks like he's going to sign for us. I believe already his potential has gone down, which is a bummer, but what can you do? Theophilus looks pretty good. I've talked about those guys up through, I believe, Stanfield. But Stanfield, he'll start in rookie ball. I can see him in low A within the next, few weeks, maybe hopefully this season. Ryan Reich, don't love the last name. It looks like he could profile as a potential reliever. Max Kaufer, he's going to be backup catcher at Max. Also, I know I talked about this, but I'm happy that I got somebody named Adonys. Don't talk to my mans like that. All right, Giovanni Colasante, shortstop. Probably will play some third instead. Diego Velazquez, also probably some third. A little better than the other guy. Michael Connealy, a relief pitcher, finesse pitcher. A lot of home runs, not the best movement, but he looks like he could be decent. Corbin Dickerson, outfielder with some good range, decent fielding. Xavier Esquire will play second base, and his potential goes down. That's fine with me. Sam Sloan, another reliever. I drafted him as a starter, but I think he is playing the reliever role just because of the number of people we have in A ball or in rookie ball. Jorge Cartagena, again, speedster, not the best hitter, but a good fielder. Ty Hodge, all these lower level guys will probably turn into projects. Ty Hodge could be, if he really works on his fielding and he keeps his hitting and he keeps his fielding pretty good, he could be something good. Like all these guys, pretty much after the 7th or 8th round, become projects. Yahir Ortiz, he will be a first baseman. Lucas Malstedt, a reliever, throws 83 to 85. And Luke Dickerson, our final pick. So I'm not happy with how the team is looking at the All-Star break, but it could be worse still. Colson Montgomery, his potential gets better, continues to get better, even though his stats haven't been great. Which, that's a big upside. I'm excited by that. Luis Robert injured. And our lineup doesn't look great. Marseille hasn't been great. Still looking for that burst from him. Tomas Nido has been pretty actively bad. And I'm wondering if it's time to just kind of say screw it to the season and bring up guys like Brian Ramos, who I had up for a time, and Wilfred Veras, who I had up for a time. I think it's probably time after the All-Star break for me to say screw it, let go of guys like Sam Haggerty, maybe try and trade him off because he's been a good, when I need him kind of guy. Maybe look to move Devin Mann, even though I just got him. There are some guys that I could see moving on from. Nicky Lopez, again, potentially moving on from. Maybe even look to move somebody like Dominic Fletcher or Trent Grisham. Hunter Owen, I'm going to try him at first base for a little while. And starters like Mike Soroka. He's been good for us this year. I'm sure a team making a playoff push could use a guy with a 3.03 ERA. There are guys like that who I could really try and look to move at the trade deadline. Christopher Sanchez, potentially, though he's still 28, and I like how he profiles. He's still got time to work on his control. I'll keep him around, just like Drew Thorpe, who, by the way, has been fantastic. WHIP under 1, ERA under 3, 9 strikeouts. He's given up a few too many home runs. I'm not overly worried about that, but there are some very bright spots on this team. Jordan Leisure, very good. And the team has a future. And that's what matters to me. You know how I spoke of trading Sam Haggerty? Well, here you go. Sam Haggerty for Christopher Familia, left-handed power bat. We're getting him from the Diamondbacks, who we've made quite a few trades with so far. And we're paying him, more money than this guy's getting paid. So why not? He's 25, Haggerty's 30, 31. And I think getting a trade done, freeing up some potential space on our secondary, on our 40-man, maybe we get one of our prospects back up. All right, we're making another All-Star break trade. Harrison Bader, who was in our AAA system, we're trading for Anthony Siegler, potential backup catcher. Why not? Some organizational depth. There we go. Thank you, Harrison Bader, for giving us a better future, perhaps? Now, do we go and try and trade a guy like Trent Grisham? I've thought about it. I will be paying him arbitration, and that is a decent amount of money for a guy that probably isn't all that much of a part of this future. So we'll see. We'll see if I try and ship him out. I have the chance to do something funny here. And I think I am going to do it. I'm going to trade for Yohan Moncada. See if I can tag somebody else in there for them to accept. Nobody in AA that I'm all that interested in. Let's see. I doubt they'll throw this guy in here, but he hasn't been great in high A. Might as well try. Give it a day. Well, they would take it. And they're just asking for guys who I'm not all that, I don't have that big of a connection to Luis Vazquez. Why not? Misael Urbina could be pretty good, trading away a middle infield prospect for, there's the trade. Decent deal. We're losing money, but guess what? We get Yohan Moncada back. Let's see if we can get them to retain anything. Okay. I guess not. There you go. We now have Yohan Moncada back on our team. Oh, I forgot we traded for this guy too. Yeah, he'll go in AAA. Okay, he has to be on the 40-man. He'll go in AAA. Moncada, welcome back to Chicago. Welcome back, bud. Welcome back to Chicago. You're home. Really? So honored to have you back. Alright, I will be making one more trade before the trade deadline even starts. And the two I have my eye on are for Everson Pereira, 24-year-old outfielder. could be something good. You know, he has played a little bit of time in MLB. But the one I think I'm going to go with is for Adam Kloffstein. 24-year-old starting pitcher, extreme ground baller. He's got some really good pitches. And he's with the A's. He was a Rule 5 draft pick. This is what I'm going for. Dominic Fletcher, you are an important part of the team. Thank you for playing with us. Have fun in Oakland. Welcome to the team, Adam Kloffstein. And this way, maybe we can send down... That's what we'll do. We'll send down Colby Allard, who's got an option year. He's been pretty bad. He gave up 5 home runs in his last start. Send him down. Throw Kloffstein in at the 5 spot. And then we have room on our roster for one more person. Given that we just traded away an outfielder, I'll probably throw Marseille in there at right field. I could put in a guy like Colin Barber, even Jonathan Davis, who has been doing well. But I don't think that's really what I'm looking to do. Rafael is another guy I could bring up. He's new to our organization, he's young, he can play pretty much anywhere. But I think I'm going to bring up Wilfred Veras. He'll play first for us, he'll be our everyday first baseman. Marseille will play right. He'll bat second. Veras will play first, he'll bat fifth. He'll bat fourth. Actually, Hunter Owen will bat fourth. And here's our lineup with the new little updates I've done. Devin Mann can play in the outfield. I'll probably stick him out there. As for against lefties, Devin Mann, do you play decent right field? Meh. You're fine. We'll stick Marseille out there in left field. And Veras will be every 4th game against lefties, even though I'm pretty sure he's better against lefties. Yeah, he's better against lefties. We'll have Devin Mann be the bench player. That's what he's expecting to do. I think that's a good idea. I think we'll have him play a lot of bench roles. Play every 6th game, every 5th game at 3rd, every 4th game at 1st. And be our number 1 pinch hitter. But yeah, we've made a few other trades. 3 trades just today, I believe. Which is just fine with me. Adam Kloffstein, our new number 5 guy. If he continues to get better, his control develops, his changeup develops, and he improves in the MLB, he could be something good. We could turn him into something good, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. I have made another trade. Tomas Nido, the infamous waiver claim I made last year. 1.3 WAR guy, wasn't as good this year. His defense started to get worse, and, well, I have a pretty major prospect update. Edgar Quero is just tearing the cover off the ball, and I want him on my major league roster. That's what I'm going to do. Edgar Quero, welcome to the major leagues. We're putting you in the starting spot right away. I think he's better versus righties. So we'll do that, and maybe we'll put Aliendo in versus lefties and Quero in every 3rd game. So we have a young platoon now of catchers. And we also get Michael Kelly, who we will put on our 40-man and send to AAA because he's got options. And yes, we're making moves. making all-star break moves. I'm making another trade. Jonathan Loaisiga. He hasn't been good for us. We signed him. He just hasn't done it. And we're trading him along with Michael Kelly, who we just traded for, as part of the Tomas Nido trade for Oslevis Basabe. Not much power, good contact hitter, good third baseman. He'll be nice. He'll be a nice addition to the minor league squad. He's been in the majors a little bit. He's done pretty well for himself. Why not? Another trade in the books. And a corresponding move, we will be bringing up Cole Henry. That's who we will be bringing up. We'll be bringing up Cole Henry. Oh, we could do Baroa. Baroa is an option. Bachman, also an option. Bachman's probably a better option. But I want to go with Cole Henry. Cole Henry, welcome to our Major League roster. You'll be in our long relief option. He expects to be in the starting rotation. That's not where he'll be, though emergency starting pitcher is a place where he fits. Sixto Sanchez has been slowing down significantly. We'll keep him at emergency. Yeah, we'll have Cole Henry also middle relief. And here's our bullpen. Some guys who have been disappointing me. Yancy Almonte, quite disappointing. A bunch of outings that really just haven't. He's been walking way too many people. I understand he has 45 control, but those are Prelander Baroa numbers. 5.8 walks per 9. That's far too many. Prelander, okay, that's 9 walks per 9. That's awful. But last year he had 5.6 in his 28 games. That's no good. Guys I considered, Matt Olson. He's extreme fly ball. He also hasn't been great in AAA. Sammy Peralta, another guy I considered. He would be decent. We'd try him out. But at the end of the day, I like calling up Cole Henry. I'm glad with this call up. And I'm also, we have another spot on our 40-man roster. So, who do we think should go on there? One of my thoughts is Alec Bohm. I think that might be who goes on there. If you're thinking about who would be beneficial for the team, Alec Bohm probably isn't a name you're thinking about. Also, Devin Mann has just stunk. He's slowed down considerably. Wilfred Veras also not good. But yes. Who do we add? Jacob Amaya is an option. Lloydell Chappelli, definitely an option. Christopher Familia is on the 40-man, as is Ceddanne Rafaela. Jonathan Davis would be an option. 33-year-old, we're paying him $1.4 million. Why keep him off the 40-man? Other options, Jacob Burke. And Samuel Zavala would be another option, as would Braden Shoemake. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Jacob Amaya, or I could go with Danny Mendick. He was great for us last year. We have middle infielders like Lennon Sosa and people like him. I think we'll be fine with fewer middle infielders and be okay with Alec Boehm being on our 40-man roster. That way we can bring him up if needed. If guys like Yohan Moncada, he's got 2 option years left. If he's bad with us, we can send him down and try out Alec Boehm. Just, switch things up given the fact that we are 39-64. Alright, I have worked out a deal for Devin Mann, who we trade for in June, and Colin Barber, who we trade for in the offseason. For them, we are getting Gabriel Arias, who's a great fielder, great arm. He could play third, he could play short, he could play second, and he plays the outfield. And we're getting him from the Nationals. Alright, and that was the last trade I made on the trade deadline of 2025. So far for this video, just going through the trade deadline and the draft, making a lot of acquisitions, getting some more talent in our minor leagues, and then clearing out the guys in our major league so I don't feel like have that important of a role. Now the team still isn't good. That I wasn't expecting for it to immediately get fixed from making trades, but I do feel a little bit better about where it is right now, and we have a bunch of young pieces. For lineups wise, Gabriel Arias will be playing backups, kind of behind versus righties, and versus lefties, he will be our starting shortstop. Thank you guys once again for watching the video. I appreciate you guys coming through. Please subscribe, like the video, and come back for more. I will be continuing to post. I really enjoy doing this. Have a good one, be safe, have a good night.